Welcome back to Dallas Twang. I'm Dave. So a couple things today on this one. The backing track I just played over and the version that I'm going to give you below to jam with, it's just drums and bass. And real quick, here's what happened on that. I actually started with nothing but chords on the guitar, like I often do. I sat down, I was going to do like a 1-4-5 thing in E. I was going to do like something like that. And the more I messed around, and I ended up putting this other note in. I'll show you what the notes are. So the B at the end there has a couple, one time it goes up, one time it goes down. So then I was like, all right, I like that. I forgot about the original chords. I was like, I like that funky little note in there. So I got the bass out, and I had a little drum loop, picked out. And then I was like, all right, now I'll figure out the chords and, address that extra note that's in there and get a rhythm going. And then, so I turned on the bass and drums, and I started riffing around on it, and it was like I just didn't play any chords. I just started playing, like soloing and playing some like harmonized things and stuff. I was like, okay, note to self, don't always have to have, a bunch of bar chords in the background, right? So that's what we ended up with, a drum and bass track. And so two things today. I'm going to show you some licks similar to the intro. And if you notice in that intro today, I kept it very even. I didn't fly around much. I kind of tried to keep it the same way I'm going to present it here, where you can really watch that intro and maybe slow it down a little bit if you need to. But I really kept that kind of clean and tried to keep my hand real stable so you can really see what's going on with those. And the ideas that are in that intro can be, mixed and matched into all kinds of soloing ideas. And they're all pentatonic. So here's what I'm challenging the other half of this today, is for you all to play some chords over this and see if you can, just see what you come up with. I kind of already, primed you a little bit with that E, A, B thing or whatever, but just the bass notes. But you see, like if you put like a funky rhythm or something and some chord changes, and maybe a chord that addresses that extra G sharp in there. Maybe it's just part of another chord or something, right? See what you come up with, and then leave me some comments about it. I'd love to see some videos and or at least some audio clips of people doing this stuff. I don't know how easy that is to do. I don't think you can do it in the comments on Patreon. If you wanted to, you could always jump over to the Facebook Dallas Twang open mic page and put something up there. Or send me an email with a little audio file attached to it. So that's the game plan. Now I'm going to play some of these licks that I played in the intro, and I'm going to try to get them real close. Let me see if I can. It's a little more laid back than what I was just demonstrating in that. That works. That wasn't exactly. I think that's it. Not exactly, maybe. But like I said, watch the intro, work off of that, and I'm going to break these down. Now, the thing that's most important is, if you do a you embellish that different with your own repetition and things. That's what you want to be allowing yourself to, for that to happen. So don't get too hung up on every nuance of it. But what I'm showing you is the melodic system and pattern that's being used here. I keep forgetting to come back under that. You could do it 100 different ways, right? But I like that coming back up to that E, right? And that's kind of a 5-6-1 in E. It's like a major pentatonic. And then I'm going to go. Okay, now that's kind of a minor sound, right? Right, so. All right. Okay, something like that. See how it's all pentatonic, but this is groove style, right? This is kind of an R&B type of feeling that comes from a lot of players from the 60s. So that's one. And what you want to work out here is the slides and the position changes and stuff. That's the really important stuff. Then I went something like, all right, so coming up in this. Right to another major pentatonic lick for E. So. Right, a little bit different timing there than the song. Let's put the backing track on. But you see how you can, off to the side, you can just start to kind of weave this stuff together. See, I'm rushing it compared to the backing track. So let's get back into the groove here. Okay, and again, not exactly like the intro, but that's okay because we're working out these shapes. So there's a little bit more contouring there that once I got back on the backing track, right? It wasn't just straight up, it was. So the shapes are. That's just 2 octaves of pretty much the same business, right? But this is a little bit more of something you can practice. Okay, later on in that intro, I think I went same pitches. something like that. Then, so that's that major pentatonic sound again. But then go, that's going to drop me back into this minor sound again, right? So, don't get too hung up on analyzing all of that all the time, but just that's what's technically going on, right? All right. So, real quick little example here. Just a couple more ideas. It's just staying in those two main pathways right there, right? And that's a good way to be with something like this. There's a lot of stuff we could do on this, all over the neck, whatever. But if you get a few of these sounds with that feeling, and these shapes going, it's going to show up in different parts of the neck for you. So that part will kind of take care of itself. Let's just do a little bit of an outro here, and I'll get you to the practice loop. Remember to work on a chord track for this backing track. Let me know how it goes. Appreciate you. See you next week.